whiskey was sold as medicine a lot of times because this is pre antibiotics, pre vaccines, and so a lot of things were treated with alcohol, and it was not that unusual. And even during Prohibition, this bottle is actually from was bottled during Prohibition.
Wow!
And on the back of it, it says the American Medicinal Spirits Company, because unlike the pictures you see of during Prohibition of them busting up all the barrels with axes and all that.
Right.
The government didn't do that. They gathered up all those barrels and put them in warehouses, and in government warehouses, and then they sold it as medicine. And so 6 distilleries in Kentucky were allowed to stay open during Prohibition because they realized they were going to run out pretty quick if they stopped making it. And so they were able to continue to make bourbon during Prohibition. And so this one was actually produced in 1917, but it was sold in 1930.
Here's an interesting historical question that I never thought about, and it's been a while since I've been in history. I like history, but Prohibition, you could not sell alcohol at bars and whatnot in the United States. You still use it medicinally and for different things. Could Jim Beam and the others export whiskey? Could they sell it to Mexico,
No.
Canada?
Jim Beam was not one of the 6, actually.
Okay.
They had to start over again after Prohibition. No, the Volstead Act, which is the act that did away with whiskey production, alcohol production of all kinds. You could not make it, you could not transport it, and you could not sell it, but it was not illegal to drink it.
So if you already had it.
So if you were caught in one of the speakeasies, you were just drinking, you were okay. It was the people selling it that were in trouble. And so there were some weird rules there, but anyway, no, you could not export. They didn't make enough.
Right.
They weren't making enough. Some of the distilleries actually moved, like one of the ones that was actually run by a woman, one of the few, moved to Mexico. And a lot of their product ended back in the United States.
Yeah.
So, Canada was a big supplier. A lot of it came across from Canada, and some from Mexico, and some even from Europe. But it was an interesting time if you were a whiskey drinker.